Shit. What do we got here? Future amusement and entertainment. So yeah, if you don't know the story behind this game, allow me to explain it to you. In the early days of the PlayStation brand, Sony wanted to create their own mascot. This was pre-Crash Bandicoot. And since Naughty Dog wasn't really in the picture, they tried to do it themselves, and this was the result. This character you see on screen was going to be the character that represents all of PlayStation. And you can probably guess how the attempt went, since nobody's ever heard of this game. So anyway, I like the social implication of this FMV sequence here, because Japan always looks very clean and pristine in animes, but this takes place in the States and it's all filthy and grubby looking. It's sort of Japanese propaganda, and the filthy gaijin are all dirty and disgusting. And now we got eggs for some reason. It's kind of weird. But anyway, so yeah, Sony wanted to create a mascot that was both Sonic and Mario, with a little bit of Yoshi's Island thrown in there. So you got Mario jumping skills and Sonic running and Yoshi style eggs. Just throw all the games into one big fucking pile and somebody out there will buy it. Fuck you, you'll buy it anyway, filthy gaijin, is probably what Sony was thinking. But anyway, yeah, this game didn't come out stateside, because honestly it kinda sucks. I guess Japan didn't buy enough copies, so this stayed in the mystical land of Japan. So you've got the ability to just stand still and let the eggs do your bidding for you. And you can just go, attack my pets, and they'll go out and kill for you. A necessary evil to rid the world of all these shoe people and can people and so on and so forth. The eggs find no joy in their killing, but they must do so. I skipped the rest of the opening cutscene, but there was a very poignant message in there about every dead body that is not exterminated gets up and kills. The people that it kills will also get up and kill. So keeping that in mind, Hermie Hopperhead has a real job to do here. I'm just bullshitting you. Half of this stuff isn't even true. And I'll leave it up to you to figure out what is and isn't true, as I often do. So yeah, once Crash Bandicoot just came into the picture, Sony just dropped this mascot like a big sack of potatoes. No need to make sequels of this crappy old thing. There was one more game that had Hermie in it later. It was like a puzzle game, just like, one of those falling block puzzle type games, and it had Hermie just in the background. And then he never appeared in anything ever again, as it should be. The controls in this are very slippery. It is not enjoyable to play in the slightest. I believe there's a limit to how many eggs you can carry at once. It sounds like the start of some kind of math problem or something. If Hermie Hopperhead from the PlayStation game has 3 eggs following him, and he wants to add 2 more, but the limit is such and such, how many eggs can Hermie Hopperhead carry? There was always that one doofus in elementary school who hated story problems in math class. They couldn't visualize it in their mind's eye, and there was a whole range of dumb in school. It was like that at every school. There were the kind of dumb kids, and then the extremely dumb kids who would just go all day and just flail their arms about and make guttural noises with the throats. And guess which category of kid I was in. Anywho, so if you dump 100 stars on these eggs, they turn into penguins. Speaking of penguins, I was in VR chat once, and there was a group of people who all had a Club Penguin avatars, and they were listening into the story that I was telling to a separate group of people, and all the Club Penguin people were Italians for some reason, and they wanted to join in on the story, and the story just completely flew out of hand, and there was like the story involved like a prison guard with Down syndrome, and like the main characters had to escape from the prison, and the guard started chasing after them, but then he slipped and he broke his neck, and it was a lot funnier at the time. I feel like I didn't give you all the details of that story, so that's just gonna sound like nothing. It sucks. There's nothing to that story. Ah, jeez. Remember that time when I had John O'Hurley on as a guest on this channel? That was pretty cool, huh? Those were the days. It was like a month and a half ago. This music gets extremely repetitive. Just that trumpet with like the steel thing they put into it to make it sound slightly different. I think they call that a muted trumpet. I saw a few of those when I was in band class as a lad. I'm so glad I got out of band class when I did. Just a bunch of fucking nerds, and they practically got their own like language and all their stupid inside jokes that are only funny to people within band class, and I'd overhear that shit and it really just got on my nerves. Like, remember the time when Mr. Fuckhead told us to play a B flat and instead we played a C sharp? Yeah man, that was so funny I shat all over the place. Ugh, band kids. If you were in band in school at any point, fuck you. You're the scourge of the earth. Anywho, so there's, I guess, car batteries are also an enemy of Hermie Hopperhead. I guess the theme here is just things you'd find in the dump. Just that overarching theme of filthy round eyes play in the trash. This is just Japanese propaganda. So everything has a trash theme, worn out shoes and car batteries and open cans with sharp lids. There's trashy people in the United States, according to those racist people who worked at Sony. Maybe that's why they didn't release this in the States, aside from the fact that it sucks. But yeah, this is a very rare game. There are very few videos of this online. You truly have to be a hardcore gamer to know about Hermie Hopperhead. You can't just find this anywhere. Can't play this at Old Country Buffet, or any other game for that matter, since they don't have video games at Old Country Buffet. But anyway, yeah, I like to show you guys obscure and unique things. I like to do things that no other Let's Player has ever done before. This could just be the crappy type of Let's Play where we just play Minecraft and Fortnite all day, and I complain about my parents and how hard it is to be in high school. But no, there's enough of those. We gotta do something different. I like those lighting effects they got in the game. Very advanced for the time. You couldn't find anything else like that in 1995. Nintendo still had the crummy old SNES, and they were putting out 16-bit games that just looked absolutely ancient compared to this. And nah, the SNES was still good though, even if the games looked a little geriatric at this point. Speaking of which, I mean, I guess Nintendo knew that at the time, because they cancelled Star Fox 2 because they thought it looked too old compared to what the PS1 and the Saturn were doing, and gee, that's kinda shitty, huh? That they prevented a complete game from being sold on the market just because it looks old. Fuck you, Nintendo. You don't know. I would have bought Star Fox 2 on the SNES if I hadn't been a toddler when it came out in 1996. If that wasn't a factor, I absolutely would have bought it. Yes, sirree, Bob. We're kinda stuck. Just gotta let the egg people do our bidding. These little fuckers will do anything for you. They'll file your taxes, bury a body, reenact 9/11, cook you up some pancakes, buy you tickets to the Rush concert. You name it. There is no limits to what these eggs will do for you. I almost said to you. that would drastically change the tone of what I was saying. No limits to what the egg people will do to you. Dearie. So, there's an article about this game on Hardcore Gaming 101. If you want to know the development history, it's basically the gist of what I told you is, we need our own Mario, and also our own Sonic, so let's just do them all at the same time. As Bubsy says, what could possibly go wrong? But yeah, there actually is a pretty thorough article about this game on hardcoregaming101.net or .com or whatever. They can explain it much more articulately than my stupid ass ever could, so give them a look when you get the chance.
You're the one who said you walked on the moon when you didn't. Calling the kettle black, if I ever thought of it. Saying I misrepresented myself.
Away from me.
You're a coward and a liar and a thief.